crossed.
Make that
but
happen.
I'm not getting my hopes up. So my face is so shiny, so much highlighter. I'm into it. I like slathered. You know how my sister is like white, like she's lighter than me. So
Yes.
I like slathered her foundation on my face, and then I like slathered a highlighter on my face, and it was amazing because like your face is like super shiny,
Nice.
super cool. Like when people are like, oh, and then you go crazy with the highlighter, and I'm like, I would never do that. I just did it. Worth it. Nice. Completely worth it. Okay. Are we live? Okay, I pressed the button. This is stressful. Okay, I'm just gonna chill.
Girl, you are fine. Bring it
back
down.
Hello, internet. We are the only lovers left in the library. We're a vaginal fantasy romance book club, and we read romance in genre. This month, June, right? We read The Ghost Bride by
Yangsze
Choo.
Yes.
I had the audiobook preview and I wanted to listen to it before saying it, but I just didn't get a chance to. So I apologize to the author for not putting in the time to pronounce the name. That's on me, but we read it. And so since it was kind of like Asian mythology, kind of like Chinese, Malaysian, right? So Tashay is supposed to be the chick, right? Before
I die.
Before she's dead. Or whatever.
Also, I am currently back in Puerto Rico visiting my parents. Woo! So I had no accessories. Not wearing pants. I just took a quick shower. We ate crab and I just smell like seafood. I thought about bringing a dead crab carcass as like part of my props for this, but whatever. We'll go through my props after.
Not necessary. And so Andrea's makeup is supposed to be
post-death.
What'd you put? Okay, say so then you can like spring up on my camera.
Okay. Am I on the screen now?
Yeah.
I'm the main character after her spirit and her body have separated, and she's like trapped in the land of the dead. And I don't really have a prop, but I'm eating Chinese food.
Cool. And I am a dragon person. Here to entertain, intrigue, and seduce you.
Christina's my love interest.
Well, yeah. I mean, spirit guide and then eventual love interest, I would say.
Oh. Are you ready for this breath of life? My goodness. I was like, those parts in the book were like amazing. I was like, yeah. We'll get to that. So, okay. So Tashay's going to read the summary from Goodreads, and then we'll like talk about what we thought about the book.
Ignore my light cough. I'm about to die in the book. That's why. Also, Christina's drinking beer because she's cool like that.
Well, I went to the gas station and I got Golden Monkey.
It sounded spiritual.
Oh, that's what
sounded
you're talking about? You just sent a message saying, does Golden Monkey sound Asian? And I was like, I had no idea.
I was deciding. And I'm like, should I go with just like a Heineken, or like should I go with? And I was like, I've had this before. It reminds me of the.
I had no idea.
That's the name of the story. The Monkey King. It reminded me of the Monkey King, and I remember I watched that movie for Chinese New Year, and I just was like, oh, this could be like Su Wukong, the Monkey King.
No,
and he's like the Golden Monkey King.
I totally get it now, but I had no idea what you were talking about. I was like,
there was no context for Andrea. She's just like,
yeah. You know what? In hindsight, now I'm just like, oh, okay, I see. So everybody just went like, lol, haha, and I'm like, but like, answer me.
No, didn't I say yes? I thought I said yes.
You probably did, but I was already like.
Oh,
like
it's
a weird sex position, or we're practicing a joke you were gonna make during
the If it's a golden monkey, is there pee involved?
No, maybe he's like a trickster. He was like a trickster.
I mean in the sexual position Andrea's describing, but whatever. Okay.
Oh, I haven't tried it because I'm not that hardcore.
Yeah, back to the all right, let's do this, y'all.
Okay.
All right. The Ghost Bride by Yangsze Choo. One evening, my father asked me if I would like to become a ghost bride. Though ruled by British overlords, the Chinese of colonial Malaya still clung to ancient customs. And in the sleepy port town of Malacca, is that how you guys pronounced it? Malacca?
Yes, that's how I was pronouncing it.
Okay. And in the sleepy port town of Malacca, ghosts and superstitions abound. Li Lan, the daughter of a genteel but bankrupt family, has few prospects. But fate intervenes when she receives an unusual proposal from the wealthy and powerful Lim family. Lim?
I was saying Lim, but
all right, from the wealthy and powerful Lim family. They want her to become a ghost bride for the family's only son, who recently died under mysterious circumstances. Rarely practiced, a traditional ghost marriage is used to placate a restless spirit. Such a union would guarantee Li Lan a home for the rest of her days, but at a terrible price. After an ominous visit to the opulent Lim mansion, Li Lan finds herself haunted not only by her ghostly would-be suitor, but also by her desire for the Lim's handsome new heir, Tianbai. Night after night. Hi. Hi. Night after night, she is drawn into the shadowy parallel world of the Chinese afterlife, with its ghost cities, paper funeral offerings, vengeful spirits, and monstrous bureaucracy, including the mysterious Lang, a charming but unpredictable guardian spirit. Li Lan must uncover the Lim family's darkest secrets and the truth about her own family before she's trapped in this ghostly world forever. Ooh. Let me just say, by the way, this ghost world is amazing.
Okay, cool. Okay, do you want to start? What did you think? Like, talk to me.
Me?
Tashay.
Oh. Sorry, teacher.
Okay, and the reason I'm talking Andrea is because I feel like maybe Andrea was still eating, so I'm like giving you a chance to finish.
All right, so, okay, let me just close this Pretty Little Liars Wikipedia window from my phone. Yeah, we can talk. I was Googling some weird shit earlier. Okay, I really liked this book. I was super into it. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to finish it in time, and I actually finished it like earlier this week because I got into a really good groove of it. I was really happy with it. I liked Li Lan. At times I found her to be kind of a little bit of a pushover, but given the context of the story and the location where everything took place and the concept of like family tradition and feeling like you had certain responsibilities in the home as the only daughter, her personality makes a lot of sense. The world building was great to me. I was like down. I was in the village. I was in the house.
The street. So.
Oh, it's okay. It's the ghosts. It's fine. I was into the way they explained the traditions of, you know, when someone passes away, the family will burn all of these goods so that they have something to take with them in the afterlife. And then the way they built the afterlife as an actual creepy mirror of real life, and mansions, like houses that could be really simple in real life would be these opulent mansions because the offerings are super fancy, and the weird demon guardians they have were super cool. Like I wish, like I would have loved to seen this illustrated in like a nice watercolor too, because I feel like it would have been beautiful to look at. The family was pretty interesting to me. The Lim family, super crazy, like creepy. Like, what's that one? There's like a movie they did where it's like, it's basically the girl goes into rich ass house, family is crazy because they have that much money and they're just like weird. That's what this is, except they have like ghosts. There's like spiritual creepy stuff happening at the same time. There's like betrayal and revenge. There's so much revenge. Everyone's getting revenge on somebody else. Like people done people wrong generations ago, and like this shit's still being solved. Yeah, I thought Tianbai was kind of boring. Like, I kind of liked him at first when they first introduced him as a love interest because he liked to work on clocks, and I thought that was, like, useful. But, I liked the spirit guide a lot more because he was, like, cool. He was cool, and I like that they didn't show you how attractive he was until like the very end, basically.
Oh, but you just knew though, right?
Yeah,
you just knew.
I just knew as soon as they described it as like he has a giant hat and you can't see any of his face, I'm like, this motherfucker's hot.
I was like, well, he's gorgeous.
That's the twist. They're not gonna be like, ugh, and he's got like melted lump face with like a fungus
melted lump face.
Melted lump face with like half a pineapple growing out of the side of his head and like a frog that lives on like. I knew that wasn't gonna be a thing, but no, I'm happy with how this worked out. I think I gave it 4 stars because while I might change my rating. I don't know. In retrospect, thinking back to all the stuff that I liked about it, I really did enjoy it.
Yeah, I was just talking about how sometimes I'm really harsh on books, and then when I start talking about it, I think about them. I'm like, I actually like cared about those characters way more than I thought I did.
Yeah, like I liked her. If anything, maybe I didn't give it 5 stars because I thought Lilan was a little like meh at times, but then other times she was like running and like meh, like she was not afraid to like fucking fall down a well and like figure out how to get out of the well.
Cool.
Yeah, I liked it. I was good with it.
All right, what about you, Andrea? What did you think?
I agree with Tashay. I really liked the world building, and I was really into like all of the traditions and stuff they described. It made me want to learn a lot more about them. It just seemed like a very complex structure that was in place. Like someone died and you had to do these things so that this would happen. And then after that would happen, this would happen. And, you know, it was just very well explained. It all made a lot of sense to me. So I really liked all of that. It's funny, Tashay, that you said that you would have loved to see it illustrated and in watercolor because like just last month, I read a watercolor graphic novel that was called The Undertaking of Lily Chen. And it was also about ghost.
Write it down.
Yeah, I'll text you. But
nice notebook, Christina.
It says in the front, I'm such a dork. Look at what it says. It's my journal, my book journal.
Gotta read them all. Love it.
Shut up, okay. Whatever.
No, so this book is really cool because it was also about ghost brides. So I had heard about the concept before this book, but the other book didn't really explain the afterlife stuff, and it was actually a lot darker because the graphic novel is set way further back in time, where sometimes, so in this book, I should backtrack. So in this book, what a ghost bride means is, you know, sometimes a living person would marry a dead person. And the reasoning for that would be, say you were engaged and you were pregnant and your fiance died 2 days before the wedding, and their family was like, you know what, let's marry them anyway so that the baby has his name and it's all legal and he can be the heir and like all this stuff. So like there were legit reasons for like wanting to do a ghost bride marriage thing, which isn't the case in this book, but you know, it happened. So in the graphic novel, you didn't just marry them, you got buried with them. So the graphic novel is super dark because it's this dude who accidentally is kind of responsible for his brother dying, and the family's like, bitch, better go get us a woman's body like right now. And he sets off to find like a body that he can bury with his brother, and it's supposed to be like a dead body, but he ends up finding this like living girl and figures he'll just take her back and then kill her. It's like real dark.
Was it really good though? Did you like it? Because
I did like it.
I want to read this.
Yeah, I did like it. I wish
that was good. That sounds good. I want to read it too.
Yeah, no, everyone should read it. But anyway, going back to this actual book. So I was already kind of to this like ghost bride thing, and I really loved reading all about the afterlife and the traditions. And I know the author said like at the end of the book that some of the stuff is like very historically accurate and then some of it isn't. Like the descriptions of the afterlife are a little bit more imaginative than the actual traditions. So like all the traditions she describes are like on point, but then maybe like the descriptions of like how things looked in the afterlife, like she took some liberties, but I was fine with that. I felt like Tashay, like I didn't super love the main character, but I liked her enough. I hated all of the dudes in the book until the beautiful man.
Erlang. Until Erlang is like, hey,
yeah.
girl.
Yeah, and honestly, I probably would have gone with him even if he had, like, I was imagining not like an ugly thing, but like the kind of ugly, like Phantom of the Opera, where he's like
scarred,
super sexy. And,
Yeah,
like I was kind of picturing like that kind of thing, like the hat was covering some like scar or whatever, but.
Or like in Wonder Woman with the porcelain half mask.
Yeah,
Dr. Poison.
Mm-hmm. Get it, girl.
I really want to take archery now. Just side note. But I really enjoyed the book. I liked it because I feel like sometimes we read books that are not like super novel. Like they're more like, and I've said this before, like my mom calls them merenguitos, which means like meringues because they're like so light and fluffy. And I feel like a lot of times we do read very light and fluffy things, but this was not.
Oh my God. I thought it was called merenguitos because like the dance merenguito was like sexy and it was just about sex.
No, it's because it's like
I didn't fucking know.
I didn't think of either of those.
That would make sense. Light and fluffy, man. What was I thinking?
Neither of those.
That's like when you thought that the eggs were real eggs.
I just was like, oh, merenguito. Like I'm thinking,
oh my God. That's so funny. I didn't think of either of those. For some reason, merenguito just sounded like one of those sex novels to me. I didn't like relate it to anything. I just subconsciously was like, oh yeah, sex novel, cool.
Okay, well, anyway, glad we cleared that up.
Now I want some meringue.
Meringue and I want to dance merengue now.
No, but I like this book because I thought it was a little more complex and it went a little bit more in depth in terms of like world building and the actual plot. You know, there were like a lot of things happening. It was a longer book and I enjoyed it. It felt like a book that I would have just picked up because I would have seen it in the library and thought like, oh, this could be interesting, as opposed to a book that I was just reading for book club, like the demon and
like last book.
Just
like the last book for sure. You could say it. That I only read that because we had to read it for book club. Come on.
So okay, yeah, cool. I can't remember what rating I gave it. I gave it either 3 or 4.
You guys gave it 4 stars because I was the last to read it. I lost.
I gave it 4.
Andrea won. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I liked it.
I'll keep it tabs. Well, I liked it too. Like I think we're all in consensus. The book is good. It's a good book, and
I recommended it to my mom. I was like, "You should read this if you haven't read it." It's
good. I remember when I first saw the premise of the book. I was like, what? She's going to have to marry a ghost. This is stupid. And I recognized that with a historical novel, it just takes me so much longer to get through them because there's so much more of a setting and world building to wade through.
Usually.
Yeah, and I have to read closer. And I have to make sure that I'm reading carefully.
Sorry,
and that I'm reading kind of like mindfully.
Hold on, Andrea's realizing. Yeah, I know! Yay!
I have that shirt. I mean, I have that shirt. But I have that shirt.
Christina, you need the shirt.
I'm sorry, Christina. You need to buy it too. Christina, it wasn't on purpose.
Whatever, man. It's all coming out now. You guys have matching shirts. Whatever.
No. Wait. Back up. You cannot complain about matching shirts when you guys have matching tattoos.
I was about to say,
you're right. I was like, I said it, and I was like,
yeah, shut up, back up.
I'm just kidding. Okay, you're right. No, but I wanted that shirt, but I never got around to buying it. But look, I'm gonna write a note in my Pokemon journal right now.
Stand up so people can see what the shirt is.
I'm not wearing pants.
No, just don't.
Just the shirt. Just the shirt.
It's a bear, and it says "Feed me and tell me I'm pretty." Yeah, there's another one that says, "I'm sorry for what I said when I was hungry."
I have both of them.
I want that one because.
Okay, what?
What? Sorry, Christina. So your
What?
observation about the world and the intricacies of historical novels make it really hard for me to get
it was good. I really enjoyed it. If I didn't give this book 5 stars, it was not because of the characters, because I felt like they were all pretty believable. I felt like Li Lang has kind of like a transition from like this like naive girl to like this kind of like just badass. Like she was so brave in parts where I was like, what? Plains of the Dead? Fuck that. I'm not gonna go to that. Are you kidding me? And she was really brave, and like I felt that she was really brave and really strong for the kind of character that she was in the setting that she was in, you know, where, oh, I need to get married, I need to have a husband, but she still showed like the strength that wasn't related to that. It was related to her family, and I really enjoyed her relationship with her Ama, I don't know how to pronounce it, but
I said it Ama in my head.
Yeah, same.
Sorry.
I didn't listen to the audiobook, so I can't be 100% sure. And then my Puerto Rican brain was just saying everything Jana, you know, like I was like Ama. And okay, so if I didn't give it 5 stars, it was because I felt like it set up a lot of things that then it didn't kind of like pay off on. For example, this whole thing for me read like a murder mystery. Yep. And then it just kind of fizzled out like, who could have killed this one guy? And then we find out and it's like, okay, nothing happened.
It's like tossed into the story rather than a reveal.
Yeah, and then it's kind of like not, and then it's just kind of like not brought up again. I wrote a note. I put, okay, the murder mystery fizzled out a little bit for me. Lim, the guy, the one that wanted to marry her, the ghost that wanted to marry her, he had to fulfill certain tasks for his relative in the afterlife, and for some reason we never kind of like get closure on that. You know, what happened to him? Also, what happened to Fan? How come the demon goes to get her and then he doesn't deliver her where he's supposed to deliver her to? Like, why does he like eat her? And of course she like fucking deserved it, but I was just like, okay, so Li Lang finished her spiritual journey. She has gone from girlhood to womanhood, and she has chosen, instead of like this fantasy love that she wants, someone that is like actually interesting and would know if she'd been possessed by another person. And but then everything else
enjoy like, the additional century of life that
and also like I wanted to go. We spent a lot of time in like, I liked how hell was. I like versions of hell that are very tedious. You know, that it's like a bureaucracy, that there's like so much paperwork to fill, and there's just, you have to do so many things because hell is just like the worst thing here. But I kind of wanted to see the courts. You know, they keep bringing them up.
The courts,
and I wanted to see the courts of hell. I wanted to see Lim brought to trial. I wanted to see that, and I get that it's not that important, but I kind of wanted to see him brought to justice.
I kind of thought it sounded like there would be a sequel or something.
Well, it's like a standalone from what I see. I wanted to see Erlang presenting his case to his mystical, you know, bosses, or, you know, I wanted to see more of that part of the afterlife. But that being said,
I feel like she could very easily just write a second book, like not necessarily have intended it to be a series or whatever, but just like write a second book where we see like the outcomes of all of these things. And I don't know, there could still be like drama, like maybe all the dragons want to eat her and are like, why the fuck did you marry this like human child? Like, I'm like, there could still be like romantic drama, but then we could also see like what happened to all the bad people.
Yeah, all of the bad guys.
Yeah.
Kind of like we didn't see them get their comeuppance. They were just kind of like left in the wayside, and I understood that maybe their journey wasn't as important as hers, or we didn't need to see that outcome, but I would have liked to see a little bit more closure on that. I don't know if that was intentional. If someone had mentioned in the forum about, you know, that this was imitating, that cliffhanger ending was kind of like imitating the style of these, you know, these like Chinese tales, kind of like open-ended. But I'm like, okay, but I want to see Li Lang go with Erlang and be like super cool dragon spy couple. Like I want them to be like Get Smart, but like Chinese afterlife version. Like I want that. So that's why I didn't give it 5 stars. But other than that, I really freaking enjoyed it. And there wasn't a lot of like romance, like outright kissing and pining and whatever. But the parts with Second Son, with Erlang, were so there. It was just 2 parts, and it was enough. They happen at the end of the book, and I always love it when a book does that. When they like, whoop, they switch it up on you, and you think that she's gonna end up with one person, and she ends up with this other guy. And in this book, it made total sense because obviously, I've said so many times, I'd have sex with a dragon. As soon as I found out he was a dragon, I'm like,
pants.
I'm like, I'm in. I'm all in. We don't even need to like be married or anything. Like, I just want to be around you. It's cool. Like this life compared to what I just went through. I get it. Like if she was sad to leave her grandma, but
I was like into it when they first kiss, and then the second time when he's like, "I'm gonna put my tongue in your mouth now. Don't freak out." I was like,
yeah. He's like, "I'm gonna put my tongue in your mouth," and she's like, "Oh, that he could joke at a time like that." But then it's like super hot, like grinding on top of the well wall.
I just like
to stay with him.
You know that I'm always into like those characters that are like, I don't care. I mean, you can love me if you want to love me or not if you don't want. You know, like I love that. And in the book, he's basically like that. He's like, I mean, you can come be with me now for like all of eternity, or you can marry this dude, and in like 60 years when he dies, like if you want to hit me up, like that's cool. Like he's so
like let me know.
He's so like we're fine. Like he doesn't even care, but he does.
He does. He's like, he's just like he has got a good poker face, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
He's gonna poke her face with his fucking dragon
dick. With his tongue and his dragon dick. Dragon dick. She's gonna love it. Yeah, she hadn't had sex before that. That was my understanding. She wasn't a virgin, so her first lover is gonna be a dragon. How can you top that?
Yes. Jesus.
Some fictional characters get it all.
I'm putting a blanket on. It's cold in this room.
Oh, it's cold now.
It's getting chilly.
This is part highlighter, part actual dragon sweat.
Aw. Baby girl, don't touch your forehead.
It's cool. I'm just like dabbing. Just my upper lip. Okay, so I wanted to ask you guys, obviously we're all in consensus. We would have all gone with Erlang. We would have all gone with the dragon guy, right?
Yeah.
But how do you feel about the other guy? Like how do you feel the book treated
Stand by
the first love interest? Yes, Andrea?
Cool, thanks. No, I actually really, really liked how they depicted him in the book, because they didn't really make him out to be like a good or a bad guy. He was just like this dude who, you know, had done some things, and, you know, you could kind of decide for yourself whether you were okay with those things or not. And we get to see that thought process in her where she's like, he may have killed someone. Do I care? Do I not care? He may still be in love with this other girl. Do I care? Do I not care? Like, and it would just seem very realistic to me. And like, I made up my mind pretty quickly that like, I didn't really like him, especially when he like, really what did it for me was when the other woman like possessed her body. And like he couldn't
tell.
And it was like that really did it.
That sucked. Because he didn't really know her though.
That's the thing. They were strangers. That's what it is. Like,
I mean, it doesn't matter though, because the thing is, they never present that as necessarily a bad thing. They just kind of let her make up her own mind and let the audience make up their own mind. And so I like that. Like, because like the other dude, it's like clearly he's bad, right? He's like haunting her in her dreams. He's trying to get her to be his
mushroom man.
Like, very bad, you know. The dragon is clearly like
cool AF.
You know what I mean? So this guy was solidly in the middle, and I appreciated that. And I appreciated that it took her a long time to decide how she felt about him, because I feel like that's how we are in real life. We're with a lot of meh people, and it takes us a long time to decide if like we're okay with the meh, or, you know, we want to go get the dragon. Like,
I completely agree. And I like that. I really like that. I enjoyed that there was a switch. You know, and when you watch soap operas here, you know, the first guy, the first love, that's him. You know, that regardless of what happens, you know, they're gonna go through all this adversity, but she's gonna end up with that guy. And that's not how real life goes. You hardly ever end up with like your first love. Mm-hmm. And she realizes that. She even says it. She's like, I knew probably from the beginning that I didn't want this, but you know,
he's so pretty.
Yeah, he's just so hot though. Okay, so what did you guys think of the afterlife and the dreams and what did you think of the other thing that was kind of like left hanging and I wanted to know what you thought was the thing about her mom. At first I didn't understand what happened. I didn't understand what happened.
And then it turns out she wasn't.
Is she really terrible? How do people love her so much if she's terrible? It turns out she had to do like an ultimate sacrifice.
That was intense.
That's it. And I don't know. What did you guys think of the mom situation and her meeting her and her ideas of her?
I mean, it made me sad because like the family was living with like the idea of this ghost for so long, and the dad was just kind of stuck after being cursed the way he was. And then she had thought her mom was just this like beautiful monster in the afterlife, and then it turns out that she was like this little old lady, and she had like saved her by sacrificing her youth and her beauty, and it was just like so sad.
Tragic. Oh my gosh,
it's so sad. I want in my heart of hearts because she chooses to go with Erlang and be more connected to the afterlife, for her to be able to go back and like see her mom again. That's what I want, because now she's alive. She's back in a human body. She can sacrifice things and send them to her mom in the spirit world. She can like send her food, send her goods, build her a little house so she doesn't have to.
She's in the best position. I know that she didn't want to leave her mom. I'm sorry, her dad and her nanny. You know, I call her her grandmother. She's basically her grandmother. Mm-hmm. But with the power, not the powers, but with the longevity and the company of Erlang, I don't see her not being able to go back and forth. You know,
exactly.
Whereas if she had taken time by or whatever, that she would have just had to stay there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I think what she had to decide was not like leaving them behind completely, but just the fact that they were all going to die and she would, you know, keep on living.
Exactly.
I think the thing that like really like legit terrified me was the descriptions of the hungry ghosts. So like in this book, if people aren't like offering up like say like you made this big pot of rice and like food in your house, you can set some outside like for your ancestors and your ghosts and stuff. But like if you don't do that, then the ghosts are just like wandering
miserable forever,
hungry, like homeless. I mean, and these are the ghosts like there's like all these different things like where like you go after you die, and like some ghosts are like regular world, and then some go into these like prairies where they have their houses or whatever, and then you like go pay for your sins, and there's this whole hierarchy. But basically the ones who are like in that stage where you're like just wandering the streets or whatever, like they are so hungry. And it was the saddest thing ever, because all like I don't know, it made me like feel guilty that like I wasn't offering food for like my dead relatives, and I don't even believe in on any of that. But I was like, oh,
there was a Dutchman. No, there was a Dutchman that was like in their afterlife for some reason.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you can get stuck in that afterlife. And I was watching American Gods too, so I'm just like, well, you can go into a different culture's afterlife?
Leave some of this Chinese food out for my poppy? Like, I don't know.
Okay, but that's one of my questions. Okay, my question is, what kind of funeral offerings do you want people to burn for you in the afterlife? Like, what kind of stuff do you feel like you'd want / need?
Puppies!
Oh, wow. Okay, get this, though. They're going to literally be burning the thing. Not live puppies, maybe like a drawing of a puppy.
Or like a wooden puppy, like the wooden horse that was like such a sweet little wooden horse, as opposed to the weird paper like people.
Yeah, you want the wooden shit, not the paper shit. That's what I took away from this. You better find yourself a wood carver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I would have totally chosen Erlang just to go back to my horse. Come on.
Yeah.
Such a good horse.
Oh, that horse was so good.
She was a good horse. She wasn't like that Shadow of Colossus horse. I'm sorry, that's a video game reference. There's this
We played it
Whatever,
that
man.
one time, and I almost threw up.
Yeah, well, that horse is a dick.
The horse keeps going in circles, and Christina's like, "Don't look at the screen," and I'm like, "Okay." And then we would go straight. She's like, "Okay, look at the screen." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, kill the thing."
That was cool. That was cool. I like the whole like the string following the string to.
Oh yeah.
Person that you have an attachment to. And even though she's kind of antagonistic, I enjoyed Fan's character. I liked.
She was fucking smart. She's like,
She's a cunning ghost.
I'm hustling. I'm waiting for my lover. And then she's like, you left your body by itself.
Yeah.
I saw that coming miles away. I didn't expect the old lady to be the mom, but I saw Fan what her plan was from the beginning. The
way that Nanny Amma gets the fucking Ray Hino paper demon removal.
You know what that?
Spanish! Yeah, she like. That's exactly how I pictured it. The random background.
Guys, I saw that scene and I was like, "Aku Rio Dai San."
Yes.
In case anyone is watching and does not get this, we're talking about Sailor Mars from the Sailor Scouts. Yay!
Also, if you're watching this and you didn't get that reference, what's wrong with you?
I did. I was wrong with you. Same thing. It's cool. It's cool. It's fine. Like, we forgive you, internet. It's fine.
It's great.
Yeah, just like those little papers. I thought that was a great scene. That was a great scene. I remember being like, when it happened. So let's see. All right, so let me see, what else did I want to know? I wanted to know from you guys. Okay, and like, what did you imagine happened after the ending? You know how it ends with her saying, I'm going to accept Erlang, but we don't actually see it happen. What do you think happens at the end? Because I imagine them having like amazing, like just like so much. But I also imagine like the parents, but with dragons.
Oh my god,
with like dragon people. He talks about how he's like, oh, you think this family's bad? Wait till you meet my family. And also, what happens to?
Guess who's coming to spirit dinner?
What happens to Li Lang and what happens to the Lim family? Because my theory is probably that Tian Bai marries that one cousin of his.
Probably.
Right? That's the one thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah, because she could be like manipulated enough not to be a threat if she learns about
all the other stuff. Yeah.
Like, she needs the money and she needs the reputation enough.
Like, I was like, oh, she was like, yeah, I killed him, but it was an accident, but oh well. Like, I fucking hated that guy. So I was like, wow, someone's super cash about taking a life.
It was an accident, but also shrug emoji.
Yeah, that was her in the entire book. She's like, and I'm like, that's fucked up. I was like, that is fucked up.
I mean, she went through some shit. I don't know. Everyone in the Lim family is fucking garbage.
Yeah, except for the Tian Bai or whatever. I don't know.
If anything, he's like a neutral character. I'm sure he's probably done some fucked up shit that she didn't know about just because she like wanted that dick for the first half of the book.
Well, he like had sex with a half Portuguese lady, and that's not a bad thing, but he like had a life before her.
He did some shit. I'm sure there's a half Portuguese baby somewhere out there that he's like, no,
there was no baby.
He probably used the same moves too. It's like, here's a clock.
right, that's his MO.
Hey, you know what? Hey, girl, you know what rhymes with clock?
Tashay. Why?
I get laid so much, guys. It's great. I'm amazing. I'm like super suave. I'm so funny.
The sexiest pre-ghost ever met.
I'm just whipping out Sailor Moon quotes and punny jokes.
Yeah, that's it. We're going. You and me and Andrea to the afterlife. We're gone. Say bye to the boyfriend. Say bye to the base. We're out of here.
Everyone. Except we have to burn enough vegan food for Andrea to survive on.
Oh wait, but like, did you guys get to answer me about like? Okay,
what about Indy and Go?
We can welcome them. No, we can welcome them once their natural, fully like amazing, happy like life,
crazy long life.
Yeah, 78 years from now when
Ghost is right there.
Oh. Oh, by the way, internet, there's a new doggo.
Yeah, there's a new dog. Ghost.
And Indy is. Wait, no, that's my kitchen counter.
There he is.
Indy is coping.
Yeah.
He has not packed his bags and moved to Europe just yet. But I bet you. No, for real though. I just imagine kind of like the whole. Oh my Ghost, when are you going home?
I don't know. Did you see that Snapchat I sent you today of the two of them on the way to the park and they're just like chilling in the car, like,
oh,
yeah.
Until Ghost
okay,
is
fine.
Like,
well,
you're not gonna eat this last raspberry, right? Eats it, and Indy's just like.
Okay, so forget it. I'll just go back and forth. I have no pet attachments. Like, I mean, I've got Nina, but like she's rented. In my heart.
Oh,
I'll just travel back and forth, whatever. I mean, the life of a lady dragon. It's complicated. I gotta spy on people.
Yeah. Also, as long as you're with Erlang, he can like fly your ass, and you don't have to get poor paper servant ghost hungry monsters to like cart.
No, I am Erlang. That's me.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so we'll get on your back, and you're just like.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I could hook you guys up, but it's cool. I'll be patient. I'm gonna live a long time. It's cool.
Word.
Cool. So I asked you guys if you wanted to try and cast it.
Fuck, I forgot. I knew I forgot something.
Wait,
my flight was delayed 2 hours, guys.
I don't remember.
It's cool. Can I just do my casting? Can I do my casting?
Okay.
Okay.
I don't remember the names of the guys I said. Do you have the pictures I sent you?
I do not. It's cool. All right, I could probably find him on Messenger. All right, so I'm gonna do my Asian casting. For Li Lang, I chose Scarlett Johansson. I'm kidding. For Li Lang, for Time By, I chose Matt Damon.
Oh, okay. Whitewashing Ghost Bride.
Okay, what's his name for Lim Tan Ching? Paul Giamatti, because he can be super annoying. And that's it. I don't have anybody else for it. Okay, my real one. So for Li Lang, I chose the chick from Memoirs of a Geisha. That one. She's cute. And like looks like a little girl, but also like a grown woman at times. Yeah. And so I liked her. And then for Tian Bai, I chose John Cho. Because he seems like super fun and really sexy. But I don't know if I'd stay with him. And then so for Erlang, the person I kept picturing was Mowgli from the live version of The Jungle Book, the Jason Scott Lee, only because like it just seems like como que hace mucha mueca. And I just imagined Erlang kind of like, making all of these faces at her and just being really charming, but also really funny and jokey. And that's it. That's who I was picturing. But that's also like 12-year-old Christina remembering The Jungle Book and being like, man, that guy was hot, thinking about that guy.
I'm trying to find the pictures that I had sent a while ago.
And I don't have anybody for fan. Well, that's it. Okay, I'm looking through our pictures to see if we can find it.
I'm trying to think of the girl.
I just see like the booty gif. Okay, who is this guy for? This is the one you sent.
Wait.
I think that was supposed to be Tianbai.
Tianbai. Shanbai?
Yeah, that's the one that she was into, but then left at the end.
Okay, she left him. Wow, why would she do that? Crazy. Okay, this is supposed to be the creeper ghost.
Yeah.
Ching.
Look at that. He would haunt you and be like.
Yeah, but isn't he supposed to be like a fat guy? That's why I thought Paul Giamatti. But kind of like annoying, but I don't hate him, but he's annoying.
I mean, he could have a fat body as long as he had that face.
Just like scary. Okay, and this is supposed to be Erlang. This is Andrea's Erlang.
That's the dragon.
Yes.
I see it. I see it.
All right, hold on. I just did some quick Googling.
And this is a booty gift. Bloop, 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 bloop.
I did not. That was not me.
All right. So my my Tianbai would be the actor who plays Reggie on Riverdale.
Okay.
Because he's cute. He's cute. He's handsome. And he's like a charming dude. All right. My Erlang. I agree with Christina. Look at him. Look how handsome he is.
I could see him too.
There's a picture.
And then
I had of him. I just was like, yes. Mowgli can get it.
And then I just thought of this right now, and I don't know if you'll agree with me based on this photo, but imagine her with no makeup on and like very humble looking. Chiaki Kuriyama from Kill Bill, the murderous schoolgirl.
Oh, the one with the morning star?
So this is her when Fan is inside her.
Ooh.
I see it. I see it.
So take away the makeup and the like aggression, but look at her face.
Yeah, I'm on it. I vote for that. Yeah.
See, okay, but this is this Jancho, my
Oh, okay. Here. This is her looking a little more like less murderous, I think.
Oh, qué linda. Oh, God, so cute, so cute. I can see
and this is her when she dies.
Oh, my God. Oh, dear. For Fan, you know who I was imagining for Fan? The chick from Wolverine Origins, the one who sees his future. Or something. Was it Wolverine's Origins? I don't freaking know. The one he's in Japan. Or something. Fucking know. Whatever. Her. That she was kind of like, she's got really strong features, and I always thought she was really cool. And I could see her being like the antagonist. Either that or Knives Chow. You know Knives Chow?
Aw, she's so cute.
I've seen her in like, she's in Glow. She's what's her name?
Wait, were you the one who told me to watch Glow?
Yes. I want to watch it. I'm desperate to watch it. Yes.
Because like a few days ago, I was like browsing Netflix with a friend.
I think I sent you guys the trailer. I was like, watch this.
Yeah, no, and I was like, someone told me to watch this, but I couldn't remember who, so that suggestion had no credibility.
We'll do it.
Christina and Tashay. If you
this is Ellen Wong. This is the other person I imagine
She's
for.
So cute.
Or either, I think Li Lang. She's a cutie. She's cute and she's like brave. I've always seen her do like she's in Dark Matters. She's a bad guy in Dark Matters, but she can like I'm scared of her. I'm just terrified.
Oh, cool.
She's a scary, just formidable assassin person.
Nice.
So that's cool. Cool. So that was it. That was the Ghost Bride. Oh, it was so refreshing. It was refreshing to read like a good book after the vampire demon semen fest that was.
Oh my God.
The last one. I enjoyed that one, but it was a different kind of enjoyment, you know? This book made me like think. I had to keep notes on who the characters were.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, also internet. I don't have a good costume, but I had my parents have random things in their house. So there's this bookmark / decorating thingy that I got my mom a long time ago that I thought was really pretty. And I don't know why. It reminded me of like
the book,
the spirit paper thing, and like I could see this pattern being on like the thing to get a spirit out of your body. And then my grandpa used to make little animals out of like coconut and wood and stuff. So I could see him making like sacrifices for the spirits in the afterlife that would look like legit animals. And then also unrelated, but just I think it looks really pretty. My mom and I have been writing each other these little notes that compare like things that we like. And it's like in calligraphy, and it's in this like stained little paper that comes in these envelopes. And that also reminded me of like little spirit notes.
That's cute. That's cute.
Her father used to burn her mom like poetry and stuff. So
yeah.
Ooh. Oh, so romantic. By the way, another thread left hanging. What the fuck happened to the dad? Like, did he beat his opium addiction or like what the fuck? That guy was he was like
constantly. Oh, I also thought it was so hilarious.
In a bad way.
I thought it was so funny where it's like, here's this powder that's going to help you with your sleep so you don't get haunted anymore. She fucking overdoses and the doctor's like, this is opium. You drank like a glass of opium.
It's hardcore, man. It's hardcore.
She's just like,
yeah.
Hey, opium does a lot of things. Wasn't opium what they took in that other book we read where the character was like,
oh, felt like she was a cat. Yeah. She was like,
the cat.
They dosed her with opium, and she's like,
rub my belly. I'm a kitty.
And he's
also,
like,
I'm blind, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm blind.
Wait, no. Oh, I'm blind. Oh my god, not anymore. This is great. It's amazing. I'm cured. Also, this was a shark pillow.
That book was funny.
That book was so funny. I think about it sometimes. You know, the first books that we read, and then I'm like, Spy Master's Lady. Like, we haven't read one of those in a while.
I think about the cowboy one that we all liked, where they had like sex on the floor.
Silver Lining.
Mm-hmm.
That's the show that Gabe and Danny watched. No. I told Gabe to warn Danny, if you watch this, all you're gonna hear is me scraping my spoon against the bottom of the pot.
She was so hungry, internet.
I'm just always eating. Oh god.
It's cool. It's cool. You gotta eat. No one's judging you. You're fine. Anyway. Well, I don't know what the other book is gonna be. The Vaginal Fantasy Hangout was supposed to be like Tuesday, and it didn't happen because I think Bonnie's dog got sick, and I was like, I got scared, but she's fine. I wrote on Twitter that she's fine, and I was like, no, I don't want anyone's dog to be like sick or anything. So I was like scared, but everything's fine, and they're gonna have their hangout in 4th of July. So we'll find out what the book is. Then they're gonna say the book, and then the alternate poll will take place or something like that. And
nice.
I saw that in the alt poll, at least I haven't voted because I don't really care. Excuse me, the beer for any of the books that are on there. But like in first place, I think it's Nice Girls Don't Have Fangs or some shit like that. And the second one, first for a long time, is The Jane Eyre Affair. And I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we read that?
Ooh,
The Eyre Affair.
What?
The Jasper Ford book. Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be such a throwback since I was like, I lent Nerd that other book, and we have been talking about Jasper Ford recently, and we were like, we gotta jump into the Thursday Next Nursery Crimes.
All of those again.
Oh my god.
What are you guys reading? If you're reading anything else,
Jesus.
Right now,
let's see.
I mean, like, what's something you'd like to mention? Come like, hey, check this out.
Oh, I'm actually
whatever. This is what I'm reading.
I've gotten more into the Lincoln in the Bardo, Kris, that we're reading for. We're doing a crossover episode on a friend's podcast, which we will link to once it's done, probably. Mm-hmm. I'm getting more into it. I'm in the groove of it, so I'm liking it more.
Yeah. I guess
okay, Andrea.
I guess I'm reading that too.
I thought that book was. I don't know. I had a hard time reading it at the beginning. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Okay. Why did I suggest this? And then I kept reading it, and I thought the book was really sweet. I'm liking
it. It's not that I hate it. It's just that my schedule just changed with like summer. And I feel like I only ever have a chance to read like at night now instead of like in the morning. And I'll get home and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to read in the tub. And then I'm going to keep reading for a while and then go to bed. But I'll be like reading in the tub and then I'll just like fall asleep in the bathtub.
Oh God.
I'll wake up, drag myself to bed, and like that's it. So I haven't gotten very far, but I'm gonna really try.
That's okay. We're doing it on Monday, but I don't know when the episode comes out. But when it does, I'll post on social media so people can check it out. And then hopefully slow readers can join us in romance adventures.
Yeah. But I do want to recommend, I don't actually have the book right now because I had a friend visit me today and I literally just lent her the book. So I know. But everyone, this is what I just read before.
I heard it was really good, yeah.
And it is fantastic. It's about a 16-year-old girl who is in the car, a 16-year-old black girl who's in the car when her best friend gets shot by a cop. One of those, he had a gun, but he didn't really.
Oh dear.
Scenarios. And I thought it was fantastic. It was a really good book, period. Like I really liked the writing and everything, but also, I don't know. It was just very weird to read about something that's like currently happening, because I feel like that doesn't happen a lot. Like usually I'll read about things that like already happened. So I thought it was really good. I think even if you, well, I don't know. Some people really don't like books for teenagers, but even if that's not really your thing, I think you should check it out because it's very socially relevant.
Who wrote it?
It is Angie Thomas. I don't know how you pronounce it. Angie Thomas.
Probably Thomas. But whatever. If you like reading teen literature, read it, and if you don't, and you want to give it a chance, take our recommendation for it.
I like it. I personally read a lot of it because that's what I want to write. So I like knowing what's being published and like how other writers do what I want to do. But also I feel like a good book is a good book, and there are some really good books written for teenagers. So I don't judge. I'll pretty much read anything. Hence why I'm in this book club.
Marked it.
Yeah, friendship.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you? I have some things. I mean, my reading numbers have gone down, so I'm only reading about 4 books a month. But if I was going to recommend something that I really enjoyed reading this month, was
Shy's face.
Only reading 4 books a month. I've read like 1.
Okay, well, I'm not saying that I'm better for that. I'm just like I'm used to seeing a certain amount of numbers, and I'm not, and so I'm like,
Kris forever.
Yeah, Christina and I are kind of tied right now, and usually she's beating me, but she's not.
First the shirts, and now this. Okay,
this wounded her.
You're coming for me, Andrea. I wasn't ready for this, but damn.
She's gonna cry.
So, Bitch Planet, Volume 1 and 2, by Kelly Sue DeConnick, a graphic novel about a woman who gets sent to this prison up in space for being non-compliant. So good. I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. I can't wait. I think I might start buying the single issues as they're coming out because I can't wait to.
Nice.
And so I would recommend Bitch Planet if you want a graphic novel recommendation. I'm reading more things, but that's what I really like reading this month.
I've been really into graphic novels lately. I've read like several that have been really good. I'm just like going through a phase, but I read Nimona recently. Have you read that?
And it's getting a movie. I saw that they're making a movie out of it.
I think I might actually have my teenagers read it for book club.
Oh, that's so good.
Cute.
And just not tell them about, I don't know. I don't know how how admin would react to the subtly gay message, so I'm just not gonna like, oh, it's about a superhero and a sidekick. Cool.
Yeah, that's whatever.
That's all it's about.
Okay, what about you, Tosh? What's your book recommendation?
I still haven't finished a list of things that didn't kill me, but it's really good.
Cool.
If y'all want to read that shit.
You busy girl.
Are we just gonna add like a list of all the books we've mentioned on this?
Yeah, I'll just put a list. I'm like, hey, check this out. Whatever, it's cool. Like, we read other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's a sign. That's the exit music.
Mark Anthony.
Yeah.
Thinking about jealousy. But that's not my denge. It's not my jam right now.
No, you need a minute.
I honestly can't believe that's what I thought. Okay, let's say goodbye so that we can just talk.
All right.
Thanks if you watched this far. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next month. Go read The Ghost Bride. It's pretty good. And if you're subscribed on Script, you can get it with one of your credits. That's how I read it. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.